Hello. 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 My voice. Oh. Hello, testing. Sir. Video okay. Sir, should I keep my on?
ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚೇರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ.
ಆಯ್ತು ಬರಪ್ಪ.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
ಗುಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
ಗುಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
ಗುಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್.
Am I audible to you?
ಯಾ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್.
Hello,
ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್.
am I audible, sir?
ಎಸ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್.
Join ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Yes.
ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಡಿಬಲ್ ಟು ಮೀ.
Join ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಗ್ಲೇ already play ಮಾಡಿ sir.
Am I
Sir, we are checking your voice. Can
Hello.
you speak, sir? Yes,
Ha.
sir.
Good
Okay,
afternoon.
sir. You are audible, audible. Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine.
We are honored to have with us esteemed personalities who have contributed significantly to the world of agriculture and research. I would like to request all our distinguished guests to kindly grace the stage and join us.
A very warm good evening, galaxy of scientific intellectuals, invited guests, professors, and young splendid student scientists. I am Sinchana.
And I am Megha, first PhD scholars of the Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding. Together welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony of Postgraduate Science Week 2023, a celebration of innovation and research in the field of agricultural sciences.
Thank you everyone for joining us on this momentous occasion. Your presence here today reflects your unwavering commitment to the advancement of agricultural science. We are truly humbled by your support.
This conference has been a platform for in-depth discussions, informative workshops, and enlightening presentations. It has been an enriching experience for all of us. I would like to request Dr. H.C. Prakasha, Dean of Postgraduate Studies, to welcome the gathering and reflect on the significant highlights of Science Week 2023. So please.
On the dais, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. S.V. Suresh sir, Vasudeva sir, Landswamy sir, Dandin on the online, Dr. Baswegoda, Dr. N.B. Prakash, and external experts, teachers, and my dear students. Good evening, everybody. And also, board member, Dr. Prabhakar Shetty, sir. So, today is the last day of PG Science Week 2023. The program was started on 21st August 23. And today we are concluding it on 24th today. The event was inaugurated by the well-known eminent scientist and a distinguished professor, L.S. Sasidhara, director of NCBS Bangalore. Here in this program, about 344 master degree program and 96 doctor students presented orally and the poster presentations. Totally this year, about 440 students presented their paper in this science week. So here in the science week, 96 oral presentations from PhD students in all the 5 teams. In the crop improvement team, including comprising of GPT, crop physiology, crop biotechnology, seed science and technology. 25 participants displayed their 25 participants were there. In the crop production team, agriculture entomology, plant pathology, sericulture, 17 students presented their research work. And in the social science and other team, agriculture economics, agriculture extension, 25 students participated. And the crop production 1, including agronomy and soil science and agriculture chemistry, 17 participants were there. And the crop production 2nd, in the team, in this team, agriculture, mycology, horticulture, forestry, and environmental science was there. 12 participants were there for the oral presentation. Of course, to evaluate this oral presentation, 16 external experts were evaluated the oral presentation. The poster presentations, there were 344 MSc postgraduate students. Here also on first day, that is on 21st August 2023, in the crop improvement, there were 81 posters were displayed. On the second day, that is on 22nd August 23, in the social science and other wing, about 107 posters were displayed. On the third day, 23rd 23, about 79 posters were displayed. On the fourth day, that is on 24th today, 24th 8 2023, 53 posters were displayed. Here, 25 external experts evaluated the poster presentation. Of course, startup was also there in this Science Week 2023. Startups in agriculture and allied sector. It was held on 23 August 23. It was held in the PG conference hall. Here, in view of encouraging the innovative ideas, the platform was created to present the concept for the startups. The event was considered both under postgraduates and the undergraduates. This concept was evaluated by 3 evaluators who are well versed in the startups. Among postgraduates, 17 concepts were presented. Among the undergraduates, 13 concepts were presented. Top 5 were selected for the award. Then before this one, there were 3 plenary sessions. These plenary sessions were presented by our alumni, were all distributed in the world over. On this second day, a plenary session was given by the invited talk by the Professor Murli Ramchandra, the Chief Executive Officer, Origin Oncology, a subsidiary of Dr. Reddy's Laboratory, Electronic City, Bangalore. So here he talked on the subject excitement in science. And the second plenary session that is held on 23rd August 2023, that is by Jay Kumar, Chief Digital Innovation and Experiences Officer and CEO of Investment Venture Company USA. So he talked on the opportunity in the scientific agriculture. On the fourth day, today in the morning, the innovative talk by the Dr. Siva Swaminathan, PhD, Professor of Department of Ophthalmology, USA. He delivered talk on the science for society. So these are the events covered in last 4 days. And this today we are concluding the session. On this valedictory function, we have our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. S.V. Suresh, Sir. On this occasion, Sir, on behalf of the Directorate of Post-Graduation, we welcome you, Sir, to this program. Dr. Vasudevan, sir. As you know, Vasudevan, sir. Vasudeva, sorry, extremely sorry, sir. Dr. Vasudevan is the chairman of Lab Research Council of DFRL and DADO, Mysore, a former vice chancellor DAHS. He was a vice chancellor for DAHS Shivamoga. Of course, our Vasudeva was a Dean PGs here during 2012 to 2014. Actually, he is the man who initiated this program. So, later, during 2014, Dr. Ganesha stabilized it. As our Karma is telling, the Ganesha stabilized the program. Therefore, we are witnessing so much of huge crowd. So, thank you, sir, so much for the program during your tenure. So, in the online, we have another chief guest, Dr. S.P. Dandin, sir, senior advisor, World Agroforestry, former vice chancellor, DHS Bagalkot. On this occasion, we also welcome him, sir. Welcome you, sir, to this program, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Once again, I welcome our honorable vice chancellor, Dr. S.V. sir. S.V. Suresh, sir. So today's guest of honors are Dr. K.C. Narayanaswamy, sir. Welcome you to this program, sir. And I forgot, sorry, sir, the former director of research and well-known agronomist, Dr. Prabhakar Shetty, also here. Sir, on this occasion, we profusely welcome you, sir, on this occasion. So I also welcome Register Dr. Basvegoda, sir. And Dean Agri Dr. Prakash. Another Dean Agri College of Agriculture, VC for Mandia, Dr. S.S. Prakash. So I also welcome all the experts here who have contributed very well for the success of this Science Week 2023. I also welcome all the teachers who are assembled here, and I also welcome all the MSc students and PhD students to this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for taking us through a wrap-up of Science Week 2023. As we wrap up this remarkable Science Week, it is crucial for us to hear from you about your experiences, insights, and suggestions. Your feedback will guide us in shaping future events that are even more engaging and enriching.
Our student participants have been the heartbeat of this event, demonstrating their passion for science in various ways. Now, we would like to request a few of our enthusiastic students participants to share their reflections. Please note, do not take more than 2 minutes. I would like to request our external expert, Dr. T. Raghuchandar, Principal, MIT College of Agriculture and Technology, to share his views and experience.
beloved Vice Chancellor, Chief Guest of this function, Dean SPGS, Board Member, Deans of various colleges, Head of the departments, experts from various disciplines, faculties, and my dear students. A very good evening to all. So I have been here in plant protection experts for dealing with the scientific week. So I am happy to be a part of this program today with you. So in terms of crop protection, there are around 17 oral protection presentation has been done by our students, out of which entomology 6, pathology 8, and sericulture 3 have done. But the thing is, they have covered all from taxonomy to diversity and also from molecular experiments, both field and horticulture crops. To note certain topics which is fascinating is CRISPR gene mediated genome editing on oriental flight, evaluation of resistance to crack gene toxin against pink bollworm, then in-cell ducting of endophyte second plant viruses that has been done by 3 students in the Department of Plant Pathology, then sensor-based drip irrigation in Mulberry. These are all the oral presentation has been done. Similarly, for the poster presentations, there are nearly 53 posters covering 19 in Ento, pathology 20, and sericulture 10. In all the things, they're all very good presentation by the students. The students are interacting very well among themselves. I could see the tendency of the students to be helping among themselves. Uniformity in the presentation, the first I have seen, and also similarity in depicting the charts. So the subject, even though they have covered from basic to molecular experiments, most of the things are oriented towards scientific information. And mostly there are technologies that has to be commercialized. There are certain things that has to be done that cannot be done by a single student. So there should be a continuation of research studies to cope up with the future needs. That is the things that we need. In entomology, there are new records that have been noticed. To say certain things in that new areas that can be covered in future, that's what I need, is that the present day is the talk of the corporations. So they need the development use of new and novel plant protection chemicals that we should concentrate on that. And also I could see most of them are in the single moded approach. Multidisciplinary links like pest and disease management, precision agriculture, and decision analysis is very much needed in terms of crop protection. And also new perspective in biological control. The present day crop is only based on the biological control, wherein we are mostly reducing our pesticide usage. The government of India is giving more importance on the other means of control. So in that case, new perspective on biological control and microbial infection is very much needed of the hour. And also we need to concentrate on detection technology of new innovation or exotic pests and diseases that could be deal with the climate change. These are all the things that if you concentrate a day or after, so the final product, what we get from the student can be commercialized. That was the thing I have seen in that. But the program was very nice. The students are very enthusiastic and they are vibrant. So we should make use of the young minds. They are the critical thinkers. So we should make use of the critical thinkers in terms so that the benefit goes to the department. That's the thing we need it. So this is confined to this university alone. So we should concentrate for other, I request our Vice Chancellor. So from the next, we can concentrate at least other universities in Pan India. Even though it is, if you invite all universities, it will be a budget oriented. So you can at least invite certain universities so that the students who are there, they can give their representation. The mode of exchange of ideas will be more, that's what I feel it. Whereas in all other aspects, the students' uniformity is very excellent. The arrangement made by the Dean SPGS, I think it was very nice, sir. The student also more obligeable and they have vibrant in explaining. When we have been studying, most of the students are from rural areas. They are very reluctant to explain the charts. But now almost the language has improved among many of the students. That's what I have noticed from this forum, sir. This is one of the things. I take this opportunity to thank our Vice Chancellor and also the Dean SPGS who have given me this opportunity to be part of this program. And also I thank HOD, Plant Pathology and Entomology, who is coordinating with me and the coordinators for this program. Thank you one and all for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our esteemed external experts who have shared their expertise and wisdom throughout the week now to share their thoughts with us. Could I request Dr. H. Shivanna, former Dean Forestry, Chitradurga, to kindly join us on the stage?
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೀನ್ PGS ಇಂದ ಫೋನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. ನಾವು IFS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5ನೇ ಗ್ರೂಪಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೆಸಿದ್ರು. 12 PhD ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಓರಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆ 12 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಎವಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ತ್ರಾಸ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್. 12 ಜನದಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬಯಾಲಜಿ, 4 ಹಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, 4 ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಟು ಎವಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಚಲೋ ಇತ್ತು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ಓರಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ನಮಗೆ ಪೋಸ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎವಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಓರಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಲಿ ಅಸ್ಟಾನಿಶಿಂಗ್. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 7 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಆ 7 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎವಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬಹಳ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲಿ ವಿ ಅನಲೈಸ್. ಅವ್ರೇನೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ನ್ಯಾರೋ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನ್. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಚಲೋ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗಂತವನ್ನೇ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅದು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗಂತವೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಷ್ಟು ಚಲೋ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟವರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಂತ ಕೆಲವೊಂದನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸೂಕ್ತ. ನಾವು ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲೇ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 30 ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಿಯರ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಥ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಅವಕಾಶಗಳನ್ನ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಗ್ರೋ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇಂದ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಬಹಳ ಚಲೋ ಐತಿ. ನಮಗೆ ಉಳಿಯೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಊಟದ್ದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಹೋಗಿ ಬರೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೀನ್ PGS ನಾನು ಅಭಿನಂದನೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಇನ್ನ ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆದು ಎವಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೊಂದಿಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestions and moving on, I would like to request Dr. Basavaprabhu Jirvi, Director, Center for Multidisciplinary Development Research, Dharwad, to share his insights.
Dignitaries on the dash and off the dash. There is a saying in IITs. They consider their graduates as products. postgraduates as byproducts, and PhDs as waste products. I'm very happy to share that I'm a product as well as byproduct of this university. Now, coming to this PG Science Week, sir, this is for the first time I'm coming across such an event for the students. Generally, for the faculty members, scientists, such events are organized. But I must congratulate my alma mater only for taking up such an initiative. And I'm coming here for the first time to evaluate this particular event. Really, it was a very enriching experience for me. So during this particular event, one thing that I observed was the students who were participating, really, they were enthusiastic, but the supervisors were also more enthusiastic. In many cases, my observation is when my student is presenting, my BP was very high. So this was the participation of the faculty as well as students. This shows the success of this particular event this weekend. And especially in our group of social sciences, we had a thorough discussion. Many students, participants who have participated in as a maybe in oral presentation or a poster presentation. So at some point of time, they might have got annoyed why this much discussion during this thing. But my dear students, it is for your improvement. Please take it in that direction. Especially in the extension, the science, just I would like to bring to some of the issues. The methodology need to be changed right now. Still, we are focusing on the traditional methods, but now there is a paradigm shift in the social system also. The nature of respondents that we used to get maybe 10 years back or 20 years back, and the nature of respondents that what we have today is totally different. So hence, the qualitative research methods like maybe it is grounded theory or the nudge theory and the behavioral modeling. So these are all the need of the hour, especially in case of social sciences. I hope, because we have already started this kind of experiments with our students. 2 of our students have already worked on that and 3 are still working on that. So this is what is the news, new things that we need to adopt. And many of the students, while presenting, they showed the data collection, photographs taken during the data collection process. So the visuals depict that they were all using the traditional methods again, even if they are going for survey. So nowadays we have more advanced methodologies, even though I'm going for survey, like maybe it is a Kobo toolbox or the simple Google Forms also that can be made use of. So this is how, so we can bring a lot of changes in our approaches and methodologies so that we can bring more accurate data as well as its interpretation. And just before ending, I must congratulate all the students who participated in maybe the poster presentation as well as oral presentation. The level of confidence was very high, and that is what is expected because you are going to face the interviews after this for jobs at any levels. So this is going to help you definitely. So that is why you all deserve a rich amount of appreciation as well as congratulations. And I take this opportunity to thank all the organizers for inviting me to this particular event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. J. Ashok, former professor of Sericulture, to share his views about the science.
dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, PG students, expert members. I'm very happy that I'm part of PG Science Week 2023 as an expert member for Plant Protection Group. One of my colleagues in this particular group already expressed opinion. I don't differ with that. But what I want to say is the speciality of this particular Science Week is presentation on startups and encouragement for the startups. Let me congratulate US Bangalore for this innovative idea. And the level of confidence of students is extremely high. They have presented very meticulously. Even in post presentations also, they have presented very well. They have defended their topic in a very befitting manner. Only my suggestion is their mentors, they need to put some more effort to improve the quality of presentations. I take this opportunity to thank the organizers to invite me as an expert. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have with us Dr. Nedugundi, Professor and University Head, Cotton Breeding, US Raichur.
Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dean PGs, Deans of various colleges, the Chief Guest, sir, all the PG students and the experts too. So it has been great to be part of this venture called Science Week. This is my first initiative, rather, taking part in such a wonderful event. I'm happy to be part of the closing ceremony valedictory of the Science Week, which happens to be a 10th edition. All the invited lectures, I would say, were very enlightening. They were very futuristic, thought-provoking, and the need of the hour, right, is about, we all are witness to what changes are happening. People talk about climate change these days. So I could see in the presentations which were made in crop improvement, they addressed almost all the issues which were raised in the inaugural sessions. I'm happy that very important issues were taken up. As the head of the IP cell, sir, I would like to convey one thing. I was very happy in the sense that there was a program on startups actually. Now, we could see that the inventiveness rather subsides as you move towards specialization. I just heard that a lot of innovative ideas actually came from undergraduate students. And it so happens that when we move towards specialization, we start moving towards a narrow kind of a thinking kind of thing. Though it says that we focus on certain things, but we leave that actually. So somewhere, sir, I feel we should start, the universities should start bringing that innovative ideas, inventive ideas into the students. And unless it goes from the teachers, maybe we don't know, sir, last 10 years we have seen how the industry has been, what it wants from the students. Let us sit back and try to analyze and ask our conscience, are we making the students ready for the market? Somewhere, sir, the university has to think now in the sense, I could see some understanding happening between the public sector and private sector. Ultimately, the students are to go to the private sector only. If you look like the proportion of the employment that generates, it's huge generation in private sector only. So in a sense, we have, if we have tie-ups at Raichur, we are trying to have MOUs with institutes, specialized institutes, focused institutes. And it is being reflected in terms of the students, in terms of the research abilities and all. So I feel, sir, it has been a wonderful opportunity. It was very tough to arrive at the top 3 oral presentations. So tough competition it was. That actually speaks of the kind of research that is happening in this institute. I'm really happy that we could finally turn around. Very narrow margin, people lost around, but I could see no one is less over here. All of you who presented, I was just wondering 25 years back when I was of your age, what confidence I had then. I could see something great actually. And it reflects in terms of the infrastructure that has been created. I don't know, num presentation we used to do that on PPTs. Now we used to present, that kind of a thing it was. Now it's the era wherein, in the sense, things have changed. I mean, OHPs, PPT, OHPs, anyway, sir, I think I'm really humbled. The kind of the hospitality extended by the Dean PGS and the officers of the university. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, we would like to invite a few of our enthusiastic student participants to say their reflections. Let us start with Ms. Sindhura, 3rd PhD, Department of Agricultural Entomology. And please make a note not to take more than 2 minutes.
Very good evening to all the dignitaries, respected teachers, and students. I'm Sindhura Property, 3rd PhD student from Department of Agricultural and Technology. And regarding the feedback, the first thing I would like to mention about is the efforts of all the PG and PhD candidates that they have put into the science stream. All the presentations were very good. We had brilliant speakers and interesting discussions. And the second is about the jurors that we had, Dr. Ravichandra sir, Rathamar sir, and Ashok sir. It was a very critical evaluation, I would say, but along with that, they always made sure that we're very comfortable to present and deliver our work there to everyone. And the main thing is the opportunity this Science Week 2023 has given us. It was very good. I must say we got an overview of all the work, varied kind of work that is happening in the group. And regarding the suggestions, I must say the only challenge we had was regarding the time constraint. It was 10+2. I hope it becomes at least 12+3, that is 15 minutes. It would be good for us. And as PC sir has told already on 21st regarding expanding the scale of science week from department level to university level. If that happens, it will be really beneficial to the upcoming students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandhura. Next, we have with us Ms. K. Soumya, 3rd PhD, Department of Agronomy.
Well, a very good evening to one and all, respected chief guests, all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, it was very good. And it built a huge confidence in us. First, research overall and confidence but at the end of the day, even though research complete presentation confidence built and especially I want to take this opportunity to thank the Department of Agronomy for constantly supporting us. Last 2 weeks in our HOD, you should do good at our extra efforts for to encourage. Thank you for that. And also, when usually all the rest it's fine. But it gives more energy to run an extra mile or practice more. So that happened with me. Thank you to my chairman who's present here. Thank you, sir. And coming to the suggestion, sir, I would like to request if possible, we can expand the panelists. That's what came to my mind. Panelists also expand maybe our selection of the best personally easy. Now we have one department people more panelists application maybe output so thank you and take this opportunity to also thank for the extraordinary days that we had yesterday. Special thanks to ISRO people. They all made our hearts bright and eyes shine yesterday. Proud Indians. They will come after the day listed and the same way they will come thanking our farmer in the day listed. Thank you.
Thank you, Soumya. Next, we have with us Ms. Supriya, Senior MSc student, Department of Plant Biotechnology.
Good evening, my dear professor and my dear friends. So, it gives me immense pleasure to share my experience regarding this PG Science Week 2023. Starting from the day when we had a wonderful experience and we got an opportunity to learn about the new trends in current research state from all the departments. And we got a great support from all the faculty members. And we got an idea of how to prepare the presentations as well as the posters and how to present it confidently. Seeing towards the other side of this program, one of the main content was the time of the budget of this particular PG Science Week. Most of us feel that it would have been conducted a bit earlier since we have got about 20 days for completion of our research work. It was a bit hectic. And the second thing was regarding the time which was provided to us. Most of the students didn't get an opportunity to explain our research work within the given time period. It was around 5 minutes. Since most of them didn't get around 5 minutes, it was really difficult to explain our research, the entire research work within that period. So maybe it could be improved for the next time. So thank you.
Before I call upon the next student, I would like to request if there are any students from the boys section who would like to.
Extend warm welcome to Valedictory. So first I would like to thank our honorable VC for organizing these kind of programs. It's certain colleges here, science but ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವೀಕ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವೀಕ್ ನಡೆಸಿ ನಾವು ಪೋಸ್ಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ನಾವು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 8 ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು 5 minutes ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಮೈ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಸಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೋಡ್
Thank you, Doctor. Now, Ms. P.G. Sindhu, 3rd PhD, Department of Food Science and Nutrition.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sindhu from the Department of Food Science and Nutrition. So, PG Science Week 2023 has educated all the students to understand and to be aware of research in the different arena apart from our history. So, as far as scientific presentation, both oral and presentation is a challenge. And what we here learned is, along with the uniqueness in the research, we must be able to effectively reach the audience of multidisciplinary, that too with a stipulated period of time. So adding on to this, we were all given valid inputs from the tutor and the examiners, and also we had a thoughtful discussion during the presentation time. And yes, apart from this, I also request the organizing committee to extend the time at least 2 minutes, which would remarkably help our junior scientists. So with this, I say I will be very fortunate to be a part of this PG Science Week 2020. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Now, we have with us Dr. S.P. Dhandin. He did his PSc Botany in 1971, MSc Botany with Cytogenetics in 1973, PhD Cytogenetics and Plant Breeding in 1977 from Karnataka University, Dharwad. He is the former and founder Vice Chancellor, University of Horticultural Sciences, Bhagalkot, and a former consultant at Biodiversity International, Rome. And he is, in his scientific career of nearly 42 years, held several important positions at different research institutes of Central Silco and Director of Karnataka State Sericulture Research and Development Institute, Bangalore. He has developed and popularized 2 high-yielding cardamom varieties, 5 improved high-yielding mulberry varieties, and evolved 3 silkworm races. He is a life member of 30 national and international organizations and is recognized as a fellow of 6 academic societies. He has 524 publications to his credit, including 14 books. He has served and is serving as a member of expert advisory committees, task forces, peer groups, and member editorial boards of 24 organizations. Presently, he is the Vice President of Sericulture Association of India, serving as an RCC member of Central Silco Government of India, Chief Editor of Farming Profession Magazine, and Technical Advisor of Raitamitra Farmers Producers Organization, Mysuru. He is a recipient of several prestigious international and national awards. Now, I would like to request Dr. S.B. Dhandin sir to share his valuable thoughts and insights with us through online mode.
Thank you. Good evening to all of you. At the very outset, I tender my apologies for not being with you all in presence because of some work at Delhi. For that, once again, I request the authorities to pardon me. The Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Agriculture Science, Bangalore, the Director of Education, and my friend Dr. Narayan Swamy, our another former Vice Chancellor of UAHS Bagalkot, Dr. Vasudevappa, the 3 Prakashes. I think it is a unique. The Dean of PG, Dean Agriculture, and also Dean Mandya College, who are present here. All the dignitaries on the dais, all the expert members who spoke very high about this program, and lastly, my young research pillars who are going to head the research programs of the tomorrow, who are getting prepared themselves to venture into the new era. I consider perhaps this is one of the most important aspect in the career of students, which is well thought of as early as 2014 to prepare the students to see their performance and assess their talent. And it is a talent search and talent promotion exercise, perhaps, which could be followed by each and every university. Many times we think after MSc and after PhD, what next? Rather than thinking what next, the people of the industry, the people of the user department should come in search of such a talent, young researchers to shape their career and to contribute immensely for the development of the nation in all spheres. Friends, yesterday you all witnessed what the scientists and research can do. We are perhaps the first to land on the south pole of the moon. And also, last 3 years or 4 years back, India emerged as one of the vaccine manufacturing stations for the whole world. This was because the efforts of the scientists, the untiring research programs. In spite of that, friends, today world is witnessing several challenges. Of all the challenges, perhaps in relation to agriculture, the climate change is considered to be the most widely accepted challenge, whereas all our natural resources, which are the fundamental basis for agriculture, the land, the water, the biodiversity, the air, are getting affected badly. As a result, our production and productivity is coming down. The farmers' income is also become unstable. And above all, large chunk of the population, especially in Asia, are suffering because of the undernutrition and health insecurity. We have a task ahead of all of us that we have to produce more from the less for the more. As you know, land fragmentation, available resource dwindling, and also several other climate change impacts, especially pests and diseases, increasing day by day. And some of the pests which are unheard of, some of the, even including human diseases which are unheard of, are surfacing and affecting the population by and large, both human and plant life on Earth. Farmers put more of efforts to produce the best, but as a result of pest and disease like fruit borer, like flies, especially the white flies, and also other insects, the product is getting affected badly and it's losing its market value. So for all these things, perhaps agriculture with all its different facets like horticulture, animal husbandry, and all other sciences must prepare a band of people to face the challenges which are being surfaced and affecting the well-being of the people on the planet. We have been witnessing several changes, and according to those changes, we have to readjust ourselves to meet the challenges. In the universities, we select the problems based on the teacher suggestion and also to some extent the expert available advice available for all of us. But we need to address the issues being faced by the consumer, being faced by the industry, and then by and large being posed by the several other partners and stakeholders of agriculture activities. Perhaps this platform, which needs to be elaborated further and followed by each and every university. And also when we have a youth festival, we have a sports festival, why can't we also have a science festival among all the agriculture universities organized by the ICAR? And also just what we have in ICMR, we should have the same platform to make the students competitive and request all the industry people to come and participate, not only our experts. The industry people should also join this scheme and this activity where they can pick and choose their own choice of candidates for the future. This is one part of it. The other part, perhaps, what we need to spend more on this activity to make the students an all-rounder in the field of research. We call the overall champions in the field of sports, in the field of culture, but in the field of science, we must prepare our students to think diversified in a way and also to face the consequences of several challenges when they come across while doing the research. The another area is we must, as soon as the students join our MSc or PhD course, must have 1 week or 2 week orientation course as the beginning. Now we have a science week at the end of the situation, but at the beginning of the research, beginning of the academic year, you must also think, I request authorities, why can't we have a orientation course for all the young researchers so that they can be well prepared for the situations to come while doing. We have certain basic fundamental sciences. Unfortunately, most of the agriculture universities are going away from the basic research and a fundamental research, which should not have happened. But in the Karnataka has constituted a committee where I was one of the member to have a privilege to be the member with Dr. Ayappan as chairman. We have suggested what could be our research approaches to make young minds to take the challenges of various fields. Perhaps the laboratories, the facilities, the interaction, as well as the financial assurance for the researchers is most important. Researchers should not be bothered about any of the external influences, but only should think of his own research. When you compare to the other developed countries and other developed laboratories, our investment on research preparedness, research scholar development is meager. It is high time for the ICR as well as um, UGC in other aspects to prepare a corpus fund for the students to get the facilities so that without bothering about their financial source, they can totally and fully devote their time and energy for the selection they choose. Another thing I was analyzing when I was Vice Chancellor, out of many of the PhD, PG and PhD theses, how many of them have reached the light of the day in resolving the issues for which it was started. I had one professor who had about 52 MSc and 7 PhD theses. When I was interviewing for the promotion, I asked him, how many of your PhD or MSc findings have become technologies which are used? And the answer was not very encouraging. I don't know whether this is true for any other researchers. The teacher is also a part of the research students' activity, and we must prepare for them also for this purpose. Perhaps this preparatory orientation course definitely will help the students choose the best out of the problem. The other point which comes to my mind is why can't we involve industry oriented research also? Friends, if you take the another research in the textile research, where I was some exposure, we have Ahmedabad Institute of Textile Research, we have Bombay Institute of Chemical Technology, we have South Indian Institute of Textile Research, they call ATIRA, BITRA, and CITRA. The students will be allowed to go and work on the issues what the industry faces in their own premises, in their own factories. This we have to develop to make our research scholars more competitive, more confident, and more prepared to face the challenges. If that is the case, our students will become more competitive than anybody else. On the other day, we are also analyzing in ICR how many PhD scholars or MScs are directly going into the research. Probably the answer is not as good as the other sciences like Indian Institute of Science, IITs, and IIMs. So, what is the issue we should concentrate upon to make a brilliant students to pursue their career as a researcher? It is only the attraction of monetary benefit, attraction of the well placement in the university, like that. Otherwise, most of the students from IRI are joining the competitive, taking a competitive examination and carving their future either IFS officers or IAS officers and similar line. Is it for that we are preparing the students of agriculture? Perhaps the answer is not very straightforward and also not very healthy. Why this happens? What are the students' constraints which they are facing? Of course, they should search a good future. At the same time, their expertise developed for 3 years or 4 years of BSc, 2, 3 years of MSc, and another 2, 3 years of PhD should be able to get back, or the expertise or the seed sown of research should be sown back to the field where they are experts. Perhaps the career opportunities in research scholars and students are not very much uh, broadened in the sense that either they end up with the teachers or somebody else. Now it is a time for all of the agricultural universities, including ICR and all concerned organizations, how best we can retain the talent, we can promote the talent, and also we can nurture the talent so that their research is continued. Another point which I would like to mention here is if the student does MSc, MSc research work, and soon after he submits the thesis and gets his MSc, that is getting closed. Why? There should be a continuity for the research project given to the student till it reaches the logical end. The same student, if interested, can work if the logical end is not met for the PhD. And again, they should be re-invited to continue the work even after the PhD thesis with a financial grants, all the facilities in the laboratory. And our one more aspect is the internet and also the exposure facilities of students. We must prepare our students with a facility to go to the abroad laboratories, the laboratories with better facilities to get them exposed, interact, and come back with the new ideas, new approaches, and also the very best thinking so that their project is completed well within the time with a good results. Friends, all our young researchers are today's research pillars. They should be nurtured, they should be given better respect, and also they should be well placed in the arena of research. Then only our research scholar or the research student young scholars will continue their profession as the researchers than anything else. At the end, I thank the University of Agriculture Science, Bangalore, for having initiated this program. Let there be a state and a state level as well as national level science weeks or science quiz competitions so that the talent of US Bangalore and all other universities will get an interaction among others. Another thing is that my point is team building in research is also very, very important. We don't have a team in the agriculture research innovation aspects. We have individualistic researchers, but where is a team? A network research program should be given more emphasis, and in that, a team of researchers to find a wholesome and a holistic answer to the problem could be developed rather than approaching individually. These are the few points I thought I will share with you to make our researchers more acceptable, more respectable, and to make them to be a career builders in their future. I thank Dr. Narayan Swami and the Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. Suresh, and all other deans and the experts for giving me an opportunity to share my few thoughts about the preparation of the future generation and band of researchers for this purpose. I once again tender my apologies for having not been present in the beautiful campus along with you because of some urgent request from the HCR to look into the things. And once again, I wish all my young researchers who have been getting awards as the best. Everybody is best because the sum of our people have told to select the people, it was become difficult because the marginal difference was there. So every one of you have a zeal. Every one of you have a special entity in yourselves. So you will all definitely get a better exposure to your ideas and become a good researchers. I wish each and every one of you to be a best researcher to in the nation building activities, and best of luck to you all. Thank you one and all.
We have with us today Dr. C. Vasudevappa, born on 19th May 1953 in the village of Freedom Fighters, Isur, Karnataka. He completed his graduation and post-graduation in fisheries science and obtained a doctoral degree from the Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute, Kochi. He initially worked as an extension specialist for 6 years with Government of Karnataka. Further, he worked as a junior and senior fisheries scientist and scientific officer at UAS Bangalore for 26 years. He operated more than 10 national and 2 international projects. He also worked as senior executive director and chief executive of NFDB Hyderabad, Government of India for 5 years, where he developed more than 100 fish markets, introduced cage culture in India, released new fish species for culture in India. He served as a member of committee formed by the Planning Commission to prepare 11 plant policy documents for fisheries development in the country. He served as Dean of Postgraduate Studies in US Bangalore for a year and a half, where he reformed the PG education with proactive policies. Dr. C. Vasudevappa served as the first Vice Chancellor of the newly formed KSN University of Agricultural and Horticultural Sciences, Shimoga, Karnataka, responsible for the release of 2 rice varieties, 2 groundnut varieties, 2 castor varieties, and 2 onion varieties, and also 1 fish variety by providing strong research support. He worked as a Vice Chancellor of the National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management. His achievement list also includes 4 patents, 3 copyrights. Added to his account are 94 research articles and 32 books, manuals, etc. Responsible for the development of an excellent food testing lab, recognized as a referral laboratory by FSSAI. Presently, he is serving as chairman of the Lab Research Council of DFRL, Mysuru, under DRDO. He is also a receiver of many prestigious awards and recognitions globally. He received the prestigious Karnataka Rajyotsava Award 2020 for Science and Technology, the National Agriculture and Food Leadership Award from Agriculture Today organization in December 2022, and received national recognition for millets from IIMR and Lifetime Achievement Award from NIFTEM in January 2023. Put in about 47 years of his service as an outreach expert, researcher, development administrator, and academics, he also visited 16 countries during this period. Responsible for NIFTEM's recognition as Institute of National Importance by the Act of Parliament and took lead in developing the Act and statutes for the NIFTEM. With this, now I would like to call upon Dr. C. Vasudevappa, sir, to share his valuable thoughts and insights with us.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Especially today, it's very important for all of us. I know because ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವೀಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ we thought it was a wild thinking. In fact, I would say here. In fact, I had a big support from experts in the field. I am not an agriculturist, please note, but I am a fisheries person. And that's how, in fact, I would say I should remember Dr. Uday Kumar today, maybe Dr. Ganeshaya and Chandrasekhar, who is also no more. And probably I think we have Nataraj Karba, who was my secretary to do all these things. And Shashidhar also was there. And like that, I think, there were, in fact, later more people joined the stream. And in fact, we made a think group. I myself, it is not for the university, it is for advising the Dean Postgraduate Studies how to reform the entire system. That's how I think, we took a lead with a lot of risk, I would say. Not easy. Changing the system is not at all easy. And in fact, thank God, I had a good support from Government of India by DST in the form of purse. Purse money was quite big for us. And I had a lot of access, free access for that money. So probably that induced, in fact, I would say here, a lot of things we thought that we should change because Dean Postgraduate Studies had become more of a post office job. I never want to work under such system at all in my life. So that's how I think, we did bring in a lot of change, supported all the labs. Upgrade yourself to be more competitive, to be in this world of realm of, I would say, science and technology. I think that's where probably many of the people whom I know, I have seen all the teachers here and my friends, I gave a free access for them to come and discuss. That was one thing which I want to be amongst them. That's how it is. And probably that helped me to really conceptualize some of the new things, which were, of course, ridiculed by many in the beginning. That's where I think we should really understand, never carried away by the negative thoughts. Always be more proactive on your positive thinking. So that's how I think we did. And probably sown the seed that day. It was in 2014. And in fact, I am so very proud and happy to be with all of you today for the simple reason, the seed which I had sown that day has germinated everywhere in all the universities. I should say the credit should go to the think tank, which we had, and probably I was only an instrument to take it forward. That's how probably I think, we initiated this program, and I would say I'm very happy to see the very bright faces here. Probably coming to PG is always the bright faces only will enter in. And I know some of the people who think I have studied enough, they stop at UG level itself. Probably one thing you all should know, maybe in United States or maybe in Canada or in Australia, the boy or a girl of a family, if she graduates 12th standard, they celebrate in a very big way. I hope some of you may be knowing that through your relatives, friends, and all that. But here, you are becoming more and more responsible. It is not 12th standard. It is the UG program for 4 years, PG for 2 years, and PhD for 3 to 4 years, or maybe 5 years. So that is where I think you are more mature to take up research independently. That's where I see the faces not to be drooping down always. We always stand erect and try to address issues which you feel are very important. Always have good mentors behind you. That is very important, because unless you have a good mentor, probably your concepts may be repetitive, or maybe already established, or maybe sometimes it is redundant. So these things are very, very important. And for this very important program, I should thank the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Suresh here, who has been my good friend all through. And we have worked together. I know he was in bakery, and we used to go and take biscuits and all that from him, and he was a big support. See, that's how I think, in fact, we conducted some training programs, even in Raichur, where the entire team came and they supported us. So that is how I think, Dr. Suresh has been very, very proactive and very supportive and very open. I see in him that quality. That is great. And of course, Dr. Narayan Swami, I think I should share small thing with you. In fact, when I came in, the PG entrance test, I wanted to automize, because I was I was managing some international projects and all that. I had seen the outside world. I requested the people. They said, "Fine, sir, we can do it." Then how do we do it? What is the team? We created a team, and of course, Dr. Narayan Swami was one among them, who was dealing with all the examination systems. In fact, that was the first time which we introduced in this great university. And probably that was copied down by the state government, believe me, copied down by the state government to do that on an online basis. See, these are all, I would say, though hidden, they are achievements. And that apart, I think, I know that was a great moment for all of us. And all the, especially Trivali Prakash avariದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಜನ, ಡೀನ್ ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಡೀನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಡೀನ್ PGS ಇರ್ಬೋದು. So ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. They are all my good friends. I know them right from the time when I was dean here. So probably I think it's already more than 10 years when I left the university and all that. That is different. But all of them, I would say that they have been contributing. They have been doing really great, and they have been really supporting the cause of science. That is very, very important. And of course, Nama Gaudru last day that he was in Raichur. I know I was in Raichur for about 10 years. So probably I think we have a good team here, and I think we can do wonders, especially through you. That is what, and I would say, the science talks. So talk the science, and science will talk. So that's how it is. I think probably that we need to really inculcate. And I feel today is a great day. I told you in the beginning itself. Why it is great? We should remember some names, especially Dr. Somnath. Who is Somnath? Anyone of you? Chairman of ISRO. And the project director, that is Veera Muttuveri. He has been a big driving force for the whole country. Then Mr. Sankaran, director of UR Rao Satellite Center. And maybe, I think, yes, Unnikrishna Nayak, director of VSSC. that is Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Trivandrum. Then Rajarajan, Chief Launch Authorization Board. So these are all the people who were behind the success of launching the satellite on the south pole of the moon just yesterday at 6 o'clock. 6 is not 6, it is 18:04 hours. It's a great moment for all of us. And I would like to just mention one thing. These people, I'm seeing that here in this university, the ladies, they were dominating. In the backup team, 54 women were engineers. And maybe about only 10 or 12 were the male engineers. So that is how I think we are very proud. We are calling women empowerment. We see that happen in the whole country. Let us get up and give a big round of applause for all of them. Please. I would say here, thank you. Thanks for your participation. We should also know scientists are not born because of the intelligent trait from the birth. The great examples are maybe Abdul Kalam himself, who was the president of India and who was an atomic energy expert for the whole world. And probably, I think, maybe URL would be, what is the URL means? Ramachandra Rao. Would be Ramachandra Rao. He was our own person. Probably, I think, maybe even I would say Sir C.V. Raman, though not a Kannadiga by birth, but he was a person from Karnataka. Then maybe Saram Vishwesvaraya, who has studied under the street lamps, became a very big man and got the Sir Award. And even Vikram Sarabhai and Satish Dhawan, in his name already a center has come. In both these names, the center has come, Space Research Center. And Ramanujan, I think you cannot forget Ramanujan here today, especially when you talk of space research. It is he who gave value for money, gave value for zero. The whole world was surprised when they could understand the value for zero, which otherwise zero means nothing. That was the thing, but I think we are great. And in fact, I would also remember here today, Aryabhatta. These are all the great scientists who were not born intelligent, who are mentored and put in a lot of hard work, and they have come up. I feel there are two more people whom I want to just let you know. One probably is Krishna Yella. The Covaxin was produced by an alumni of this university. Let us give him a big round of applause. It is he who taught this whole world India can be a leader in combating any sort of a disease or an ailment. So that's how it is great. And of course, that apart, we are Bangaloreans. ISRO Center headquarters is here, and we are very proud of the launching of the on the moon. So that's how I think we are very, very proud today. So let me come back to the topic of today's discussion. I hope I am not boring all of you. I want to take a little bit more time since I am trying to see you all for after a long time. Probably, I think one thing which really strikes me is that, as was said by Dr. Dandin also, we need to be doing a contemporary research. What is this contemporary research? It is not an outdated or an academic research, but I would say one thing here. People who are strong in basics, people who are very strong in basics, they can become a scientist of repute anytime. All these people are like that only. Why most of the Tamil Nadu scientists are in ISRO, or a Keralite is there in ISRO. It's because their understanding of mathematics, nobody can beat them in the world. So that is how it is. Probably that is the reason why ISRO is being, I would say, mentored, monitored, and probably doing all its programs very successfully. And that is one thing we need to really understand. Always we think physics is just a useless thing which is not required. It doesn't give us anything in life. Or chemistry, what is all these nonsense equations? And probably you will not be able to remember what happens. But today, believe me, physics and chemistry have become part of every science, including engineering. The physics, unless physics is properly understood, you are not going to be an engineer by yourself. So that's where I think it's very important. Chemistry, if it comes to, that means you are trying to understand the chemistry of your whole body. It's a biological system. You need to be very cautious. Chemistry is so very important in every walk of life. In the food what you eat, in the crop what you grow, in the pesticide what you use, in the herbicide what you use, maybe in the antibiotic what you really use, chemistry is very important. So that means these are all the basics. Unless we are really having a sort of a command over that, you will not be able to really address issues which are of great concern. That apart, I think, let me also just mention here, I was telling about the contemporary research. So that means we need to really understand what is happening around us. It is not that the teachers will come and tell you. It's very important that you should also be always a good researcher is one who visualizes things himself and understands the entire thing. A plant scientist is one who sees his plant every day and what is happening, he will understand. So that's how it is. I think that is very, very important. I know we are now in the 21st century, and probably the industry looks towards us. Which is that industry? Probably it is one is, of course, these the seed companies, or maybe the pesticide companies, or even maybe some of these, I would say, a sort of a peripheral and such of those things. That means we need to understand all that and try to behave ourselves or understand ourselves how to carry forward this sort of a thing. I know one thing which we can always do is, in fact, I initiated that in NIFTEM also, a sort of a contract research. My request with the Vice Chancellor is that contract research is one where the industries are brought together and we sit and we pose our problems, and also they will pose their problems. That is more important than that. That means the industry problems need to be documented, and if they are ready to partner with the institution, some PhD students can work in the project and try to come up with a result which is useful, which they want it in less than a year, because they can't wait. They have no time to wait. So that means such of those things, usually the industries will sponsor the research and the students will get enrolled. Maybe MSCs can be there and they can be there for 6 months or 8 months and they can move out and somebody else can come and continue the work. So that is how I think we need to really look forward. That is one thing. Second is, of course, I know it's important. Labs and the equipments, a lot of sophistication is taking place today. Maybe it is not for the students. I request the authorities here, maintaining these labs in a usable condition is something which is very, very important. I know the teachers will be enthusiastic to get a lot of projects. Once the project is over, the equipments become idle, or they don't use it or use very rarely, and that will not be helpful for the institution or for the students. That is another thing which we need to really look at seriously, because this is a great institution with so many years of its existence. And probably I think we don't have a better university than US Bangalore anywhere in the Karnataka. And it has been a good institution because it got all the awards of both national and international repute. And I think that is where I think we need to look at. I think there is already a request for me to stop. So anyway, I think let me also stop with the saying that, in fact, I wanted to tell you, maybe sometime I can come and talk to you also, research publications. quality of research publications, where you should publish, how you should publish, and how you should select your journal, and what it will give, the benefits what you get from a research paper. I think such of those things we can discuss separately. And I had a 3-page write-up on that, sat and made it, but I have not touched it. I would say that. But anyway, since the time is short, probably I'll sum up saying that, as was said by Dr. Dandin, you are the research pillars. Identify your own areas. Your own vision has to be there, and also discuss with mentors like the startups as such. Startups also the same, the conceptualization, and then the mentors, and the mentorship is very, very important. How do you take it forward? How do you find the the funding agencies, and how do you take it forward and become more successful? With this, I think I wish all of you all the very best. Do good. Always it will help you. Don't forget that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for being here with us today and bestowing us with your inspiring words of wisdom, motivation, and support.
Moving on, I would now like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. S.V. Suresha, to deliver the presidential address.
Good evening. Please trust me, it will not be more than 5 minutes. I can understand. Let me congratulate the students for their best possible oral and poster presentations. And also a lot of appreciations to the Dean PGS Directorate of Postgraduate Studies for well organized, a good hospitality to the juries, and well managed concurrent sessions. On behalf of the Office of Vice Chancellor, let me congratulate each one of them. And at the same time, there are 2-3 small issues which can be addressed within 5 minutes. There are 2-3 suggestions raised, out of which the great exposure to be given to the students for strengthening their capacity to present a good research, whatever that they have carried out since 8 months, and somebody raised that they need another 2 minutes extra. So absolutely no issues. You can take another 3 minutes also. But probably if you are prepared, I'm damn sure that you can put everything within 2 minutes also. It's not the time that matters, but how good I am equipped to present what I have done. So it's not the question of extending the time, but it is the question of empowering the students to present within the time frame, whatever that we have given. And if it requires, you can request the juries that you need another 1 or 2 minutes. And absolutely no issues. The Dean PGS can have this in mind in the next subsequent science weeks, and they can take care of it. And we are not here to curtail the capabilities of the students' presentation. We will be with you. And then the second thing, one of the jury raised regarding the exposure given to the students. That is what I have assured in the inaugural session itself. Money is not a constraint in the university. Such a big university. And most of the time we say we are spending money on research. But I am saying this, we are investing money on the research. Spending money and investing research and investment are totally 2 different sides of the coin. When I say I am ready to invest on the research, they are also looking back something from the investment, whatever that we have made in the form of the products, or maybe in the form of commercializing your technologies, or maybe patenting your technologies, taking the name of US Bangalore. That itself is a great thing for all of us. So as investors, because in most of the science institutions, the organizations like IISc, IIM, they don't spend money. They call investors to invest on their research work. There will be plenty of investors for them. and they are ready to spend 5 crores, 10 crores, 15 crores. And they are sure that they will get back something after the research is done. So likewise, in the next officers meeting itself, we will have a discussion and finalize a proposal. Any mentor with a good proposal with the students. If you ask for funding and university is ready to fund this on a priority basis, provided the mentor and the student should assure me what is that they will give it back to the university after 2 years or 3 years of research. It is purely an investment. I'm not for spending money on research. Then yesterday we had this startup program, and most of the people are appreciating this theme what we have selected. And as you all know that it is the need of the hour also, because wherever you go, the people are saying just you be a job provider rather than job seeker. But what is that encouragement we are giving it to them? And most of the time when I asked the students, they said, sir, I got a prize money of 25,000 rupees for my idea. I'm sorry if you think that it is a prize money. It is only an incentive that is awarded to you for your innovative thinking. And if you stop at that stage, it will become like Karnataka state lottery. You will get it, you will spend that money, maybe in Konark or in Shivaji Bagh, then you will forget. So let it not be a prize money, but it is an incentive for your continued thinking. So kindly make sure you are getting your ideas and you are preparing yourself for selling of those ideas to the market by drawing the investors. And probably, if it requires, you can also become an investor over a period of years. So kindly make sure, never stop at the stage of just giving the ideas, forgetting it once you are leaving this university. It should follow by a notable product. So kindly make sure, and I'm sorry that I've exceeded 5 minutes also, but anyway, let me once again congratulate all the students. And also at the same time, I requested Banu Prakash to give what you claim that it is a prize, but what I claim it's an incentive, maybe in the form of certificate or cash incentive. But he is reluctant. He says that will be done only after vote of thanks, fearing that the people may go out once they give the certificates. So anyway, I don't know how far you will check the tolerance of the students or patience of the students. It's up to you to decide and carry out. Thank you.
So we are at the last leg. I'll just rush through the vote of thanks because it has to be the customary. So I take this opportunity to thank Professor Vastev sir for participating in this and accepting our invitation. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and participating in this event. I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. S.B. Dandin, sir, a notable personality and founder vice chancellor for UHS Bangalore, for participating through online. Thank you very much, sir. And I thank Dr. S.V. Suresh, sir, for complimenting the directorate for our efforts that what we have rendered for the last 2 days. So thank you very much, sir. I thank all the officers of the university for providing us the support during this particular time, especially the directions which was provided by our Director of Education, Dr. K. Sinan Swami, sir, and our beloved Dean, Dr. H.C. Prakash. I thank each and everyone. At the same time, I also thank HODs, PG coordinators, external experts who have participated, and also the student friends who have relentlessly helped us in completing or concluding this particular science week in a befitting manner. Thank you, one and all. So I'll now just move on to the next, whatever that which you are must awaiting, that's the award thing. I request our people to just move this particular thing.
T5. Please come out on this side whenever just I read out your name. So then you please collect the things and move out from the left side. So, so there are few best posters, few best oral presentations. So as everyone has told, it was very difficult for the jury also to conclude. But in spite of that, it is our customary that they have to conclude. And I'll first rush through with the best poster presentation. So then I'll go to the oral starters and then the oral presentation. So on the first day, the best poster presentation which has happened for the crop physiology. Can you open it up? Yeah. Crop physiology. BT Jivita. So I request all the dignitaries to participate in please handing over this moment to the Bigavali. So next is Dr. Miss K.S. Nandini. K.S. Nandini from crop physiology. Yes. Please. So the next best will be the genetics and plant breeding. M. Kemparaju. Kemparaju is not there. I'll go to the next one. Kemparaju. Kemparaju is not there. So D. Sindhu. D. Sindhu. D. Sindhu. So then Sunil Kumar Suresh Ganige. Sunil Kumar Suresh Ganige. Sunil Kumar Suresh is not there. Okay. Okay, go to the next one. Seed Science and Technology. K.S. Soumya. K.S. Soumya. Is coming there. K.S. Soumya. So next is Ravindra V. Badige. Ravindra V. Badige. Ravindra V. Badige is not there. Next, plant biotechnology, K.R. Vinuta. Plant biotechnology, K.R. Vinuta. Next, B.J. Anil Sage. B.J. Anil Sage. Plant biotechnology, B.J. Anil Sage is not there. Okay. Next is H.S. Hema Street. Plant biotechnology, H.S. Hema Street. Okay. So then we'll go to plant biochemistry, Priyadarshini Satpathy. Plant biochemistry, Priyadarshini Satpathy is also not here. Then Akash Vasmani for bioinformatics. Akash Vasmani for bioinformatics. Akash Vasmani. Okay. This is about the first day crop improvement section. So we'll go to the next second days. Second is social sciences. First one is agricultural economics. Akshata S. This is there. He is not here. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Ayesha Tapsam. Ayesha Tapsam. Next in the MBA ABN category, we'll go to the first is the CS Ashwini. CS Ashwini. Ashwini is not here. So then we'll go to the next one. KV Chaitra. KV Chaitra. So third one is Mega Meti. Mega Meti. So from the agricultural marketing side, Lakshmi Halabagli. Yes. Then Mega. So after that, Lakshmi Alavagali. for the Agriculture Marketing and Cooperation. The next one is Varsha K. Patil for Agriculture Marketing and Cooperation. Varsha, she is coming. Then in Agricultural Statistics, M.R. Balaji. M.R. Balaji. M.R. Balaji for Statistics. Then the second one is Vipti Galimatti. Vipti Galimatti. This is Vipti Galimatti. So now the next one is Agricultural Extension. R. Shalini. R. Shalini. R. Shalini. She is not here. Okay. We'll go to the next one. Veera Anusha. Agricultural Extension. Veera Anusha. She is also not here. Food Science and Nutrition. M. Sahana. M. Sahana. No. Then D. Pallavi. D. Pallavi. D. Pallavi. Food Science and Nutrition. D. Pallavi. Next is Processing and Food Engineering. Chitra Mohanty. Processing and Food Engineering. Chitra Mohanty. Chitra Mohanty. Then Soil and Water Engineering. Kavita. Kavita. Soil and Water Engineering is Kavita. So that's about the second days. So for social science and others. Then the crop production team. So first is the agronomy 1205. Parthivi Nayak. Parthivi Nayak. And then next is Kalle Hima Bindu. This is here Kalle Hima Bindu. Parthivi Nayak. Then Kalle Hima Bindu. Next is Sachin. Sachin is there. No. Okay. Next is Soil Science and Agricultural Chemistry. H.N. Nayana. H.N. Nayana. So next is M.A. Sinchana. M.A. Sinchana. Next is S. Arshita Reddy. Arshita Reddy. The third one is S. Arshita Reddy. So Arshita Reddy is coming. Okay. The next is Agricultural Meteorology. V. Arpita. V. Arpita. Agricultural Meteorology. V. Arpita. Arpita. Next is Agricultural Microbiology. K.S. Ankita. K.S. Ankita. The second one is K.R. Jivita. Jivita. Jivita, she is not there. Ankita. Okay. Ankita. Okay. Next, Forestry and Environmental Science. Yes, Sweta. Forestry and Environmental Science. Yes, Sweta. Then Horticulture, H.D. Varsha. H.D. Varsha. Then HL Soundarya. HL Soundarya. So the last day is poster presentation. So first one with the entomology, Pampa Reddy. Pampa Reddy. Second one is Kavya Hiremat. Kavya Hiremat. Next is Kavya Hiremat. Plant pathology, J. Madhu. J. Madhu. Plant pathology is J. Madhu. Next is Arif. Arif. Arif is there. No, Arif is there. Okay. Sericulture, Durgam Trileka. Sericulture, Durgam Trileka. Then the apiculture, Padmini K. Gaddi. Padmini K. Gaddi. So now we'll go to the 5 best innovative startups which have been rewarded during this particular science week. And the first one is the Bhavana A, which is their Bhavana A from COA USB. The mentor is Dr. Usha Ravindra, and the team members are Pallavi D. Pavan, Guruprasad, and the concept note is Vega Milleto Flavi Yoga. So this is the concept note which they have presented and rewarded with that. So the team members can also join with her. So Bhavana, Pallavi, Pavan, and Guru Prasad. The next is the second best. Second best innovative startup is the second best innovative is the glass sheet egg production technology in sericulture by Bhuvaneshwar Nayak and the team. Please come, and the mentor is Dr. Sunil Kumar T, Assistant Professor of Sericulture Contract at College of Sericulture, Chintamani, and the team members are Krutika, Ritish Chavan, Rakshita, Praveet Kumar Gowda, and Rakshita KR. Next, the third best which have been rewarded should be by Varsha S from the Mandya. VC from Mandya. So they have a formulation of organo-mineral granules from cow dung. So that is the concept note which they have given. And the mentor is Dr. Suma R and Dr. Bhagyalakshmi T. And the team members are Manasa BT, Shivkumar Mirchi. Please come, hurry up, please. Varsha S, Manasa BT, and Shivkumar Mirchi. The fourth one is that also from the College of Agriculture, VC Farm Mandya, that the carrier pollution less bag. So Lavanya N. Mentor is Dr. N. Kiran Kumar, and the team members are Rachana, Suchitra, and Ashwant Gowda. The next is on the carry pollution less bag. That's on the fourth one. Rachana, Suchitra, Ashwant Gowda are the members. Lavanya is the team leader. They are all from College of Agriculture, VC Farm, Mandya. Next is the fifth notable startup was irrigation without water. Irrigation without water by Kanching P. Shastri and team Shashank Gowda, Shravan Raj and Om Prakash. So the mentor is Dr. Manjunath, Junior Economist, ASCRP and Agrometeorology. They are from the COA, Bangalore. Please come on. Rush, please. In case if they are not there, so thank you. Now I will go to the oral presentation, best oral presentation under crop production 1, which comprises of soil science and agronomy. The first best was decided as H. Vimala Sri. H. Vimala Sri. And the major advisor is Dr. A. Satish. And the title is also given over there, prediction of soil properties with machine learning models based on the spectral response of soil sample. Next one is K. Soumya from agronomy. K. Soumya from agronomy. So the next theme was regarding to the crop production 2, comprising of microbiology, forestry and horticulture. The best was goes to Pooja Rajendra Dange. Pooja Rajendra Dange. So the next best was been recognized as Shruti Mallikarjun Olu. Shruti Mallikarjun Olu. Moving on to the next, that is crop improvement. Crop improvement in the first one has been recognized as Ananya. The best was among the 3 best. The first is Ananya from plant biotechnology. And the second one is Kalpana Kundalik Mugali. Second one is Kalpana Kundalik Mugali. Third one is MS Soumya. The broadcast presentation has been recognized as MS Soumya. In the crop production, the best has been decided as BS Kavya. BS Kavya from Plant Pathology Department. The next is Suresh Ramakrishna Jambagi. Suresh Ramakrishna Jambagi. The last one with the social sciences and others. Among the top 3, Joyce Rani Dasri from Agricultural Economics. Joyce Rani Dasri from Agricultural Economics. Miss Chaitra from Agricultural Extension. Miss Chaitra from Agricultural Extension. And the last one to read out is HS Sahana from FSL. thank you everyone. Thank you all the officers and Vice Chancellor and the guests for providing this particular opportunity. Thank you each and everyone for concluding this year's Science Week. We will have the IT over there. Once after the IT, we can discuss. Thank you very much.
Thank you.